Hey there everyone, this is KT, back again playing more Pokemon Colosseum. I did just a little bit of off-screen heart gauge management, so now our Entei is, he's ready to be purified. Jolly seems to be just a very favorable nature. He enters hyper mode basically all the time. As you guys saw last time, he was entering hyper mode like dozens of times per encounter. This part of the game is so cool because if you watch, the frame rate immediately improves. We get to see the models running at 60 frames. Look at that. Entei looks so majestic. Get 20,000 experience. What are you trying to learn? So Entei is trying to learn Stomp. I don't think we're going to be giving him this move. I guess it's a little bit better than Leer? Tail Whip? Whatever this was? I think this is Leer. No, we're not learning Stomp. Forget it. Sorry, Entei. You're not getting Stomp. We get our ribbon. And I do have a nickname picked out. We got... Where is it? Gonna be naming him Tora, after one of the characters in a manga called Ushio and Tora. That guy right there, that's Tora. That's what he looks like. So we are actually going to teach Entei a new move, though. I came up with a really interesting synergy that I'm excited to try out. See, this is Solar Beam. Who wants to learn Solar Beam? Yeah, we'll get rid of whatever that move is. I'm pretty sure it's Leer. It doesn't matter. And we'll also be teaching... Which of these is Sunny Day? Is 18 Sunny Day? No, you can't learn it, so it's got to be this one. This is Sunny Day. So this is the insane synergy I came up with. Oh, geez, that's Synthesis, right? Yeah, and that's Cotton Spore. We're gonna forget... Is that Sleep Powder? That's Cotton Spore. That's Synthesis. Yeah, we'll get rid of Cotton Spore. We're not going to use Cotton Spore anyways. I'm so excited to try this out. So here's my game plan, right? We have Jumpluff. Jumpluff is super fast. So what we're going to do is we set Sun with Jumpluff, and then turn 1, Entei can use Solar Beam. I don't know if that works for a double battle, but if it does, I'm going to feel like a genius. Now we're back in the Under. We have to fight Cypher Admin Venus. She's going to be our next boss, and she has a pretty nasty shadow Pokemon we're going to have to catch. So I'm going to preemptively save here and expect a bunch of resets. Alright, here's hoping. This is also, funnily enough, one of the worst parts of the game is this little like UFO elevator device. You come over here and you manually set it, but you have to do this every single time you want to use it. I don't just insert the F disc and then talk to this thing and it always moves forward. I would have to put the F disc in every single time. So we put in the right disc because we want to move right over this way, which is where the boss is. It's very silly, very weird. One of the discs I don't even think you unlock until post-game. It's very strange. Oh, nothing over here. Nothing in here? No. Alright, and what are we looking at here? These are 3 rare candies. Very nice. Very good to get that now. You guys got anything to say? No? You guys don't care I'm interrupting the TV broadcast? Alright. Level 45. 45, whoa. Maybe I am a little under level for this point. Alright, so Bayonet has Insomnia. That plan is out. We are going to try our sun-boosted Solar Beam strat, just to see if this works. If this works, it's going to be insane. And plus, we also get the benefit of... Well, why do you go first? Oh, no. Why did Entei go first? Maybe I should check the speed tiers. I guess there is a 3-level difference. Maybe they're speed tying. That'd be insane. That attract. Alright, awesome. The sun is up. Well, that's good because it benefits Fire Blast. Are you guys speed tying? They're speed tying, dude. Alright, awesome. My game plan is gonna work. Trust me, guys. This will work. I just, Oh, you know what we could do? We could just Synthesis to heal up. Oh, yeah. This plan is all coming together. That looks so insane. Delcatty hits weirdly hard. That's got to be a return or a double edge. Yeah, I think that's double edge. Alright, all according to plan. We have our sun up, so we have Solar Beam and boosted Fire Blast. I'm not all that concerned. It does suck that you're going to be reduced damage, but as long as I use Aurora Beam or Psy Beam, it won't matter. Right, also forgot to mention that. Entei gets Sunny Day as his last move. I don't think we're going to use it, but it is nice to have a double sun setter for this team. It wasn't really my plan when starting this team off, but that appears how we're going to be. We're going to be a double sun, or a sun team, essentially. I might regret a little bit not picking Quilava, but that's okay. Oh, Vileplume. I love his animations. Oh, of course, of course. Well, this Fire Blast is going to do insane damage to Vileplume. And it was a crit, too. He had no chance. The metallic texture on Steelix looks so cool. Alright, get through it, Octillery. Oh yeah. I may have to revive Jumpluff, I'm realizing. We gotta take out Steelix though, that thing's gonna be using Earthquake. And there it is, there's Suicune, our next Shadow. Now, Entei was pretty cooperative with catches. I did a lot of resets because I wanted to get one with good stats, but his catch rate is improved. It's not as tough as... Oh, Octillery. Yeah, you're going to be the healing turn. We're just going to heal. That was like an X special or something. Whoops. Probably not what I wanted to do. And we miss our Fire Blast. Thankfully, due to the sun being up, this is going to do peanuts to Entei. Yeah, that's nothing. This Earthquake I'm actually scared of, though. Why did you use Taunt? That's so weird. Okay, the sun is over, so Octillery can do a big Bubble Beam against Steelix. But we do still need to heal. Okay, so that's... There's no way I have 18 revives. Did I just burn all my revives? Do I have none? No, I have 18. That's insane. Did I just buy a million? I don't remember that. Maybe it was after the money grind I decided to justify buying some. Uh-oh. This is not looking good for Entei. Demolished. Yeah, Steelix can be a pain during this fight if you're trying to catch the Suicune. I think Entei is probably dead weight in this fight. Let's use Octozuka and let's get out of here. Yeah, let's sack the Pseudo. Let's do that again. Hopefully get the lower accuracy, whatever Octillery's move lowers. And once Pseudo goes down, we can bring back in Jumpluff and start putting this guy to sleep. I think that's the X accuracy. Alright, let's actually do a bit of gamer tech. What we're going to do is use Octillery's turn. Now, that had no effect. Now Yuka has perfect accuracy, or at least perfect enough for this sleep powder. This shouldn't miss, or shouldn't be able to miss. So now on Octillery's turn, we'll do another Octozuka, and we'll top off Octillery, just in case of a crit or something. Because he's essentially our anchor in this fight. It's going to take Suicune forever to KO an Octillery. That's looking pretty good. I don't know if I want to try hitting him again. And we lowered his, whatever, his speed or his accuracy. And you don't really have a useful turn. I guess we can heal up Entei. No, should I go heal after this fight? I think we will, actually. We'll just heal after this fight. Okay, you're sleeping in yellow health, and I'm not using Pokeballs stubbornly. I'm using an Ultra Ball. This has to be a decent catch rate. So I just thought of an utterly insane strat. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do is use Sunny Day to reduce water damage and then hit him with another Octozuka. Now if we crit, I might have to redo this fight. If I don't crit and he Shadow Rushes, I might have to redo this fight. So this is a little risky, but I'm thinking that's what we're gonna try. Good, he's still asleep. Awesome. Whatever move he did just missed. And I missed. Interesting. So I must have used an X special on Octillery. I also forgot you have pressure, so you're reducing all of my moves. So that would explain why Octozooka did as much damage as it was. But that's fine. Being able to one-shot Steelix was pretty sick. Okay, please do not wake up in Shadow Rush. Hey, not bad. We have defeated the idol of the Under. Her little moon gear, whatever that thing behind her is. Oh, it just floats? I guess it's just anime magic. The thing was going nuts, though. Alright, you're like insane if you think I'm reading that. And our reward? TM45. I think that's attract? I'm pretty sure. That's attract. I do not think we will be using attract. Suicune stats don't look incredible. I think we're at plus defense nature because I did try resetting for a Suicune at one point, and I remember 109 is our highest for one of the defensive stats if we're not that nature. So I think being over 109 means that we have to be like bold or something. However, 132 HP is not looking so hot. That's pretty low. I think 140 is the max, so that's definitely not good. Did I save? I don't think I saved. Whatever, we just won't fail the next shadow. No, isn't there a save point here? Hang on, isn't there another terminal? I think in one of these shops. Oh, you know what? Hang on, like a little bit of side quest time. So we're gonna go in here. For starters, we're gonna immediately sell attract. I don't even want to see that in my inventory. Ugh, get out of here. What are the rest of these? I think that's Thief. This is Steel Wing. Yeah, we're not using Steel Wing. Goodbye. Is there anything else worth selling? Probably not. The rare candies? No, I'd rather keep those. I think that's the Time Flute. No, we don't have anything worth selling. But you have something worth selling. You got all these lovely TMs. Look at all these. We got Hidden Power. We got the Fire Blast, Thunderbolts, or Thunder rather. All the inaccurate moves. All the ones that can miss. We also got Hyper Beam. So what do I want to get? I probably want Protect. And I'm just going to triple check to make sure that Protect is TM20. It is 17. 17 is Protect. Okay, so we're going to want at least one. Well, this is a little bit like forward thinking. I'm going to need 2. A minimum of 2. We're not going to worry about teaching them yet. So one's going to go on Entei and one's going to go on Umbreon later on. Okay, right. I was going to save here before I accidentally fail the next shadow and then have to restart. Back on pace. I know we have 3 shadows coming up, and I fear one of them is going to be a reset shadow. There's a certain Pokemon that I absolutely need to roll the right nature. He's not joining our team. It's a Pokemon that can have Pickup, and he can have another ability. And I do not want that other ability. I don't even know what it is. It's like probably Keen Eye or some crap. Something I don't want, but we definitely want to get Pickup. Nice, now we opened up our shortcut. I wish I remembered that before I went to the hotel. Okay, so there's two options here. This way, which takes us to the elevator. Very nice that they showed the NPC. Rui, you're going to be in the way, aren't you? Oh, okay, we got past her. There's an elevator and there's stairs, and I don't really understand what's the point. Maybe there's like a cutscene you're not allowed to take the elevator. But anyways, there's these three trainers that all have a shadow. And I don't remember which shadows you guys have. Gligar. Huh. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that is a Shadow Gligar. I did contemplate having him on the team, as Gligar I think is a very cool Pokemon, but unfortunately in this game, there's no Aerial Ace TM, so he's basically like screwed for moves. Earthquake is his best move, but the thing is, because he's a flying type, he doesn't synergize that well with having Earthquake. It would be better off to have somebody else have Earthquake, whereas he can just dodge Earthquakes. So then the next strat would be, well, maybe Sand Veil. We run a sand team, and there's not that many steel and rock types throughout the game. Pokemon immune to sand, so that's not really a great strategy either. So Gligar's in kind of an awkward position where I like him. I'd like to have him on the team, but this game just isn't that conducive to having him be on the team. Which is a shame, because his model looks great. He looks awesome. That's really nice damage for a bite. I'm not going to worry too much about EVs for the rest of the crew. I'm going to do another training arc once we have our full team compiled. And that'll be when Entei gets all of his EVs applied properly. Fake tears. How could you do this? Alright. How do we want to do this? I don't think a Giga Drain is going to kill you. You should live. You're also way higher level. And this is only a neutral hit from my terribly weak jump buff. Maybe it'll crit? I hope not. New top tier has entered the arena. Yeah, that's perfect. One more of those and we're looking good. Gligar's also kind of slow. I don't know what his base speed is, but he doesn't seem very quick. Should we... Yeah, there's not really a great move for Entei here. I guess we could just throw a ball now. See if we get it. Yeah, let's use a great ball. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but what can you do? The roster in this game is pre-decided. I guess it'd be a fun challenge. Go out of your way to use Gligar. That was a very surprising catch, I must admit. And we get a nice crit, and we're back to full health. What an awesome encounter. Another hidden benefit of having Entei as our lead is that we're activating pressure. Oh, what did you ask me? Hang on, what was that? Okay, whatever. It's probably not important. Let's swap our team around. Yeah, Umbreon's starting to fall behind, and Entei is starting to go ahead. So we'll run Umbreon for this encounter. my foresight has paid off. I had no idea that you had a psychic type. That must have been Calm Mind. I wonder if I should give Umbreon the Quick Claw, because I don't think the Quick Claw is going to get used otherwise. We probably don't KO after that. Calm Mind. You might live. This is a Curlia, though. Curlia has very low stats. Yeah. Roselia is tiny. Alright, unfortunately Jumpluff doesn't have a great way to deal damage in this fight, and I don't foresee Umbreon getting a KO this turn. Having a fast sleep setter is so broken. This is awesome. I knew early on Jumpluff is a little bit of a risk because Jumpluff is very fragile, very weak. We're weak to a bunch of types and we don't have great defensive stats, but the benefit is that we are so fast and we have access to a sleep move and we get weather. Well, we get sunny day, sorry. We don't get any other weather. But super fast Giga Drain is awesome. You get to shred water and ground types. And of course, like rock ground, anybody's super weak to grass. Let's just put Gloom back to sleep. But Jumpluff is just like completely paid off. She is so helpful for catching Pokemon. Just shy a little bit. We may as well heal up and remove Gloom. Roselia might wake up this turn, but I don't think Roselia really threatened us. Like, what is she gonna do? Poison Point? Who knows what move that was? Body Slam? I don't think it was Petal Dance. I think Petal Dance would have had a more obvious particle effect. Alright, this should be a Shadow. Oh yeah. Stantler's another Pokemon I think would be fun for a challenge. Even though he's probably not even that bad. Just a middle of the road normal type. If he was a little bit earlier in the game, I think he'd be excellent. Oh no, it doesn't matter. I can't. We don't benefit from confusing him. Roselia, I think, is going to wake up this turn. So we may have to bring in Entei. So you're faster than Roselia. Roselia's still asleep. Awesome. Okay, we'll throw a Great Ball this turn, and... Oh, well, no, we can Giga Drain, too. That's right. We got options. No, we'll do Pseudo. Sacking my Shadow over and over has been really funny. Because when I throw him out here, look, I get just a little bit of Shadow Gauge. Just a little touch. So it doesn't matter, I'm sending him out to just get KO'd and waste a turn. Alright, Roselia, this is turn 5. You have to wake up. There we go. Who knows? Is it Fury Attack? Pin Missile? I have no idea what move that is. It did nothing, though. Let's put you back to sleep and let's start chucking balls. Now poor Roselia. Uh-oh. Who's closest to level up? Oh, you're way far off. You know, let's send Umbreon back in. Don't you have Natural Cure? I guess you were the last Pokemon, but I suppose the AI could have swapped. Oh, what's your new move? This Brick Break? Low Kick? Yeah, I could have swapped Roselia out rather than just letting it sleep all this time. But it's an interesting facet of this game. Trainers that have a Shadow Pokemon will either lead with it or they will never lead with it. It'll always be their anchor. So that previous girl we fought, Venus, she's the, she has Suicune, and Suicune is always going to be her last Pokemon. She will never send out Suicune first. However, she always sends out Delcatty first. So you can run into the combination of Delcatty Bayonet, or Delcatty Vileplume, or Delcatty Steelix, but you will never run into Delcatty Suicune. And she will always cycle through her team until Suicune is the last Pokemon to come out. Whereas that girl we just fought, she led with Gligar, and I guarantee if I was to rematch her, she would always lead with Gligar. It's very cool. It's unfortunately something you can't really notice unless you play the game multiple times or you lose a bunch of times. But it's very cool. It's very fascinating they decided to include this slight randomization for teams. Oh, geez. That did a lot. Oh, well. You don't survive this turn, Roselia. Okay, I think there's 2 trainers left. What's with this little middle section? What is this? Got a bunch of items, my favorite. So this is 2 max potions, I believe, and this should be 2 timer balls, or it was the other way around. Yeah, that's 2 timer balls. Very nice, very good. I think we can press on. Our team is still pretty strong. Yeah, see, it's 2 timer balls. We got a sizable amount of... It's really just you that needs to heal. We're probably going to run out of Giga Drains, and that's fine. Tell you what, let's try our new strat. No, but I want Umbreons to stay out. Whatever. I also don't remember, what is Umbreon holding? We've got a Macho Brace on. All intended. Definitely part of my plan. Yeah, we're going to run out of Giga Drains. Jumpluff has no moves. All of our moves have 5 PP, except 1. Alright, please do not be the guy I need to reset for. I'm starting to think it's later in the game, though. Lower attack doesn't hurt us that much. This is only going to be neutral damage, so I think we go with the tried and true put everything to sleep method. Let's double that up. Well, I guess, yeah, we'll go for the quad status. And we missed. How could we miss? The only thing I'm afraid of with Dunsparce is the Glare Headbutt signature combo. It's very annoying to be paralyzed and start getting flinch hacks. Okay, we'll try that again, and this time we will bring out the big gun. Nice, getting great luck on the sleep, or not sleep, confuse. And of course, you're confused. Oh yeah. Getting awesome luck on our sleep turns. Confused turns, not sleep turns. No, we don't set up the sun because we're going to be nerfing Octillery's damage, so let's just sap health from you. In fact, we'll double up into Dunsparce. Will you live a bubble beam? Perhaps. Very good. Yeah, Dunsparce can be annoying. He's a very strange Pokemon. He's like weirdly tanky and gets annoying moves, but he also gets Serene Grace, which is an awesome ability. Alright, you're probably the last Pokemon I wanted to see. I guess we'll be taking you out. No, who's more... Yeah, you're more threatening than Master Rain. Because next up should be the Shadow. Octillery is quite tanky. And we get a confusion. Awesome. The sleep confusion strat will never end. Yeah, see, but now we're kind of worthless. Not a whole lot jump. Well, wait a minute, wait a minute. We do this, so that nerfs his water moves, and we continue to chip down the opposing Octillery. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much what we do. I guess we'll synth, and then we KO the opposing Octillery. Synthesis is definitely not sticking around. I think our final moveset's going to be Giga Drain, Sleep Powder, Sunny Day, and something else. Fast Toxic would be kind of nice. I don't know though, maybe Synthesis is worth keeping around if we're going to keep Sun up. I just don't like having so many 5 PP moves. Uh-oh, you have Ice moves. Oh no. The biggest threat to my The jump bluff is here. Okay, what we can do is the classic X accuracy bug. It's this guy. There we go. Now we should never miss Sleep Powder. I think there's one more turn of Sun, and then we can start dealing damage to... Well, Piloswine's probably going to die to a Bubble Beam. Also, Octillery has taken a lot of hits this game. How do I want to do this? I think we bring in Umbreon, and we heal Octillery this turn. This turn is kind of a wash for us. We still have one turn of sleep guaranteed. I guess he could wake up this turn, but that's pretty unlikely. Yeah, see? Might have been a waste. We should have kept Jumpluff in to keep the X accuracy up, but I don't really care that much. Oh, and you're confused. That should be the end of Sun. These Great Balls? These are Great Balls, right? Yeah. Highly doubt we're catching it this turn. Alright, the Sun has ended. I think we gang up on you, and we full heal my Octillery. So now we're no longer confused. Okay, you use Dig. That's a little annoying. Maybe we just take out Masquerain, just make this a little easier on ourselves. Yeah, I always forget. Yeah, you're Bug Water. What a weird type. It did alright damage. A little higher than I'd expect from a Piloswine. Of course you survived. Yeah. Because I think you're going to go for Dig on Octillery. Oh yeah, outplayed. It's a little risky coming in on an Ice type, but that's what we got to do. So even though you're underground, I can throw a ball this turn, but I can't really do much else. I guess Umbreon can attack, because Umbreon's so slow. These are timer balls, right? Well, wait, we'll do that next turn. Once he's asleep, we'll throw a timer ball. Nice, that looks awesome. Yeah, you missed, pal. Alright, timer ball. It's been a lot of turns. You're asleep and half health. So this should do it. Let's heal up bar. Like 8 health. Never mind, we don't need to heal. Alright, I'm gonna do a little tactical retreat to heal before our final shadow. Whoa, look at this. That's crazy. Looks like Ocarina of Time or something. That's 4 Ultra Balls. Very nice. Can I walk here? Whoa, look at that. Walking behind the stairs. Anything else? No. Alright, I remember you. You're a bit of an important NPC. Well, not really. You drop a key item, and on my first playthrough, I didn't notice the key item, so I actually got stuck. I didn't know what I needed to do. So Viper looks pretty sick in 3D. Oh, why am I out as... Oh, this is probably not the best lead. Are we faster than Sneasel? We gotta be. But that poison type is threatening. You know what? We'll do another tactical maneuver. Let's KO all the other Pokemon and then worry about catching Sneasel. But in the meantime, we'll just confuse Sneasel. He's really squishy though. I hope he doesn't KO himself. Probably won't. Oh, but he's got Shadow Rush. And that just did a gajillion health. Alright, well that didn't feel very fair to Octillery. So now we start pressure stalling them. Yeah, let's set up Sun, so that I can do serious damage to everything else that comes in. Yeah, that did a lot for a confused hit. Oh, you're underground. Are you serious? So this is why Protect on Entei is actually going to pay off. Though I haven't taught it yet. Do we sack you? I think we sack the pseudo again. And maybe just, you know, Hail Mary. Let's see. Maybe we can catch Sneasel. We just catch him and make this fight a lot easier. Almost. It almost worked. You get him, Pseudo Wudo. He's at half health. I have not hit. Oh jeez. I haven't hit Sneasel even a single time. He's already at half health just from confusion damage. No, we're using the ball on your turn. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, there's like nothing I can do because I'm slower than Survivor. We can target him. Alright, this will be the one. I feel it. It's number 3. Major shout outs to a friend of mine, Riley, who actually shiny hunted this Sneasel. I would love to know what his strat was. Hey, we caught it. This fight doesn't seem that hard to get under control, but the fact it leads with the Shadow, I feel like that has a lot more variance. Whereas like the Suicune being the last Pokemon on that trainer's party, you have way more control over how the fight goes leading into Suicune, so a lead Shadow seems pretty tough. I should have sent in Entei. What am I doing? Doesn't matter. Oh, you're gonna dig. Well, who cares? You're not gonna dig, see? You just tell the AI what to do. Of course we're paralyzed. Doesn't matter, we bust through. Get demolished, to Viper. Awesome health bar, dude. Corsola looks so cute. What a lovely Pokemon. I wish I had, yeah, Jumpluff comes in now. This is awesome. So now we get a massive Giga Drain that demolishes Corsola. And then we can gang up on the Loudred. This is good. This fight seemed really shaky at the start, but I think things leveled off pretty quick. The sun is no more. Another useful strat for my sun plan is, it doesn't matter too much because Jumpluff is already so fast, but once the sun is up, Jumpluff is always going to go first because we have Chlorophyll as our ability. So maybe we will keep Synthesis. That seems like a neat, nice synergy. Loudred looks a lot cooler in the 3D games than he does in the 2D games. Oh, we're so close to leveling up. Okay, so it's not on the ground yet, but there's going to be a key that we need that appears on the ground right here. Why did I think Octillery got KO'd? For some reason I thought I had to top off Octillery. Yeah, she's trying to make an escape. I remember this part driving me nuts. There's like one item. There's all of this space here, and there's nothing. There's nothing here. There's just this item. So this is the black glasses. We don't really have a great item for Entei at this point, so you know what? Let's just throw on the shades. Let's just put on the shades. Please. Thank you. Yeah, over here, there's nothing. And all of this stuff here, just for one item. I think the trick here is that we need to, like, cut her off. We enter here. Is there any other items? Now she makes an escape. And this is the part I got stumped at. You see right in the middle of the screen, there's this tiny speck. So I must have just like chased after her and not even noticed this. But yeah, you're supposed to pick up the subway key right here. Then we go back in, and now we can activate the subway. one of the best songs in the game. So it may not be obvious, but we're actually underneath the Shadow Lab. There's an item over there. Please, Rui, get out. Okay, how do I do this? Go, there we go. Sup, pal? Yeah, you guys want to run away because we're so strong? Alright, head on in there. And we have this, like, Looney Tunes nonsense where they blow up the path. So now we can't get to them because they just blew up the path we need to take. This is the main gate key, I believe. This is some kind of key item. We don't need to worry about it. It's gonna open a door or something later. It's not important. It's not a consumable. It's not an item we need to like know specifically what it is. Get past this difficult puzzle. And that's the U disc that lets us travel up on the UFO platform. We'll get to enjoy more of this song later on. Nice. Now the elevator is working. So I actually tried. The reason there's an elevator and a stairs is that you can't follow. Rui just has to watch. That's really funny. Is she just not able to reach me now? Well, yeah, because the path is... What? Alright. You know what? Just don't question it. This game might be a little bit more Kuso than we all give credit. Anyways, you are forced to take those stairs. I thought it was just an option, but it's not an option. You have to take the stairs and face those shadows. Alright, let's take a peek. What do we got? I know Piloswine has a hold item. .99 speed. That's kind of nice. Your attack looks alright. You definitely are on Piloswine. Your attack is pretty high too. Then we got a Sneasel who's like high attack and high speed. Maybe I'll check to see if any of these guys have decent stats. I don't think they're going to be joining our party though, unfortunately. I have our next party member picked out, and I'm kind of struggling for a 6th party slot. Oops. How close are you? You're getting there. Alright, I think that'll do it. I think that'll do it for Colosseum for today. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you next time.